BSSB episode 61. For tonight, we have Jesse here. So this episode will be a little wild and all over the place, but you'll love it. We'll do a little bit of Roach Clips, but just hang around and listen to us shoot the shit. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this shit, tell your friends. You know, whatever else cool shit there is to do.
What about, who do you got with Fury? Tommy Fury and,
Who's he fighting? Oh,
KSI.
Fury.
I think in October.
Probably Fury. I don't know enough about KSI. I don't think he's boxed that much.
I only know him from being a YouTuber and playing FIFA. Yeah. That was all I knew from him. And then all of a sudden he started boxing. Yeah, Prime. Just like Logan Paul, I had no idea like what he was doing outside of YouTube until he came into wrestling. And he's been an athlete.
Yeah. I would hope Fury beats KSI. Like I said, I don't know how much boxing KSI's been doing, but
I think it's nowhere near Fury. But
yeah.
I mean, every fight he's fought is like just like Jake or Logan. Like they've built their way up to fight people like Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
Thomas.
What do you think about John Jones versus
Stipe?
Stipe.
You picking Stipe?
Yeah, I'm picking Stipe.
I
think he's gonna win.
I'm rooting for Stipe.
Stipe is a good dude. I mean, John Jones is good. Isn't John Jones a little bit older though? Like, isn't he
No,
like?
it's the other way around.
Is it the other way around? Okay.
I think so.
I thought John Jones was old. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody. I think I'm on Silva. I'm not mixing up everybody.
Big difference.
You know what? You got Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
That boxing is gonna happen.
Okay.
I got Fury in that one.
I haven't followed boxing in a long time.
Yeah. I'll take Fury into boxing.
I do
Fury
like boxing,
said he
though.
would take MMA and he'll get destroyed in MMA.
Jake and Nate said they're going to do an MMA fight.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Oh,
Nate's
going to
win that, yeah.
Yeah, Nate will destroy him in that.
Okay. In MMA?
Sure. Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Okay. It's like Nate Diaz said. He was talking to that what's that big fuck Bradley Martin. That big ass Jack dude, he's talking about taking on like MMA fighters and keeps talking about.
I haven't seen him.
He's like, he thinks he can like beat any person in an MMA or in a street fight because he's 260 and jacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like Nate Diaz told him, he's like, he basically told him he'll beat the fuck out of him standing up. And he's like, yeah, he's like, you're big and you're strong and you may get a hold of me and grab me. He's like, well, that's cool because I can kill you from there.
Right.
Like, even though you grab me, I'm still going to kill you from there. And that's the difference that Nate Diaz has over Logan Paul.
No.
Or Jake Paul, I'm sorry. Is that Jake Paul can wrestle. Or Logan, either one of them. I mean, they can wrestle
and box, yeah.
But once they get to the ground, you're not going to stop jiu-jitsu.
No.
Yeah, that dude's a stud there. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get destroyed.
You would have to train in that. Our Ben trained as long as he is, at least, to even compete with them.
Oh, yeah, because for how long he's been a black belt, you couldn't even have started it 2 years ago and be able to compete with him in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
That's a 10, 12-year process, I think, to get, like, black belt in jiu-jitsu, sometimes even more.
It's like a lifetime, basically. Yeah. Like, you start young, and by the time you're done, you're in it. Like, you're a fighter at that time. Like,
so he'll lose in MMA. Plus, Jake Paul doesn't get kicked.
Right.
Nate Diaz kick him in the thigh or in the calf. He'll fuck him up. That would hurt like hell.
No. Well, you never know. Maybe Logan and Jake used to kick each other in the shins and thighs and shit a lot when they were kids.
He raises his pants and his legs are just bruised from his brother kicking him in the shins all day.
No.
He's like, I've been training.
Sorry, I just went and got metal implants. I'm rich enough.
Logan's got metal in his hand, don't he?
I think so.
That's what they always say in WWE, but I don't know if that's just bullshit.
Right.
He probably has
like a metal plate or rod or something
somewhere up here that's like this big, and they just say
exaggerate it.
It's true.
I don't know.
He's just got one of those chips to where you could pay for shit in your hand. That's the only metal he's got in there.
Would you do that?
Put a chip in my hand? It depends on the capabilities and how far into technology we are at that time. Because
if you could pay for shit.
If you ask somebody, would they switch to a color TV when they didn't know? or would you switch to a smartphone over your flip phone? I would have to see like the benefits and what it's about, because you're talking like at that point, like when it first comes out, it's going to be super expensive. Like the Neuralink. Would you do a Neuralink? Now that's creepy. Like the little chip shit's fine. They can't really get to you. We
talked about this.
They can release the poison, but the Neuralink is in your brain.
We've talked about this before.
It's the same thing essentially. The chip.
I would be the first person to take Neuralink for sure.
Would you?
But there would be a clause with it that like if this shit goes array and I start freaking the fuck out, you can go ahead and kill me. That's cool. Or like if Neuralink kills me because something happens, like whatever. There needs to be enough money where like my family's set.
Right.
Like there's someone's getting money and like there's.
So you'd be the guinea pig if someone was getting money.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the guinea pig, but like maybe like a decade or so into it.
If it is successful, I'd be the smartest person on earth.
Yeah, because they just released it for human testing.
Like it's what I would do. Be like, well, here's the gamble. Either I'm gonna be the smartest person on earth, or I'm gonna die here pretty soon. But whatever, my kids will have a pretty good fucking life from that point forward.
It just taps into any part on your brain. But like at that point, because it has to be profitable, because it has to be, it can't just be like the 10 billionaires in the world have Neuralink. It has to be able to go mainstream. Yeah. So at that point, what are you paying for? Because it's not going to be free range. Obviously, if you're the guinea pig, it's all free range, and you're going to have everything. But if you have to pay for it, like it was buying a cell phone.
I have no clue. I have no clue with that. I'm just saying I'd be the first motherfucker though if they came to me.
Here's the thing: you're going to have to pay for it, but there's going to be like packages. There's going to be like a free version that has like ads and certain functions are blocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you're walking around, you can't be like.
There's going to be the millionaire Neuralink.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
just that they have. And then there'll be the middle class one that like people, you know.
Yeah. There'll be the $12.99. It'll be like a monthly package.
Yep.
There's the free version that you can have no matter what.
Upgrades and shit. All of a sudden, you're just gonna be like, "This is upgrade."
Yeah. No, it just unlocks more capabilities that are already there.
I think I would want something like strength and like. Because like you're already as smart as you're gonna be. How much smarter do you want to be? Like, is it Lawnmower Man? Like you would go from a normal person to like the smartest person in the world, and then you upload yourself. Have you seen Lawnmower Man?
But that's such an old reference.
It is.
But that's the thing of like if you're buying Neuralink like that.
Yeah.
There's no point then. Everyone's going to be just as smart as the next guy. So the smart point of it is just out the window.
Well, like Mark said,
like you can't buy it to be smart because.
It's not really. It's gonna be like apps and shit in your head.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like.
But like you can Google though. They said like.
Yeah, but it's like it's gonna be just like now. Everybody can do that on their phone now.
But like you're just gonna be.
But it'll be quick.
It's just gonna be off the top of your head.
Because it would do.
That's how quick it is. It's just happening. So like and you'll be able to do like someone's like ask you a long ass math question or some crazy like who was this or what year was this? It's just gonna pop in your head.
Yeah. Right.
Like that's what's gonna be. So like you could go on Jeopardy and answer every fucking question correct.
You would have to be Neuralinks would be banned and they would have to be tested.
That's what I mean. Like you'd be smart on that point.
Well, you
wouldn't be smart as like any smarter than what like street smart and shit. Right. Like there's some things you can't Google.
Yeah.
Like you can't like the street smarts of shit. Like you can't do that. You can't Google how to get out of a fucked up situation or something. Like that's you just got to know that shit.
Yeah.
But like I said, at that point, like if I was the first one, until they do a bunch of other people, I would be the first and smartest person in the world at that point in time, basically, because I'd be able to answer any question like that.
That'd be awesome.
And that's what people consider smart. Can you answer these questions and get them right? And I would be able to answer all of them. But if everybody was commercially buying them for $500 and then $19.99 a month, that like smart aspect is out the window because everyone's now in their head Googling it.
Right.
So if you were first,
because it would be linked. It would be linked to your thought. So as you're asking the question, my brain would already be generating. Not everybody would be able to do that, but the Neuralink would boost you to be able to do that.
Yeah. If you had that version or whatever. Yeah. Absolutely, because as you're like, as it almost be like Siri. If you're like, what is, it automatically triggers, or what it, it's going to like trigger that thing to like start typing it in and figuring it the fuck out.
Fucking thought of a shitty mansion. You know that reference? Fucking thought of a shitty mansion.
No, I
No.
don't.
It's
don't know
The
that.
Invention of Lying.
I love that movie, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't seen it in a long time either. But that's because everybody would have to believe you at face value, because you would be able to, you would have knowledge that no one else had, because your brain would then analyze all the statistics, everything that separate scientists are looking up, and bring it all into one. So everybody would have to take what you're saying at face value. So you wouldn't be like, are you lying or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it habitable on Mars? And you would know from all the research that everybody has ever done and pumped into a system, you would be like, yes, but only in this area and only if we did this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
that'd be insane.
That's what I mean. So that, like, that's why I would go first and see if it worked out. Because then I'd be like, I would take over.
You would be a sorcerer at that point.
Exactly.
You would be a mythological creature. You would be the ninth wonder of the world.
The ninth.
People would come to see me.
Yeah.
I would just sit in my chair. Like, what's up?
Yeah, you would be. You would be.
You have to bring a blunt. You have to bring a blunt, and I'll answer a question.
The Mobius. You would be the Mobius chair. The Mobius chair in comics is like the you sit down and it takes over your brain and you instantly know everything.
Yeah, they would call it.
There isn't anything that you don't know.
They would call it the Eric chair because it'd be that much better.
Exactly. Well, it would be real.
The Eric chair.
It would be like the Game of Thrones Thorn.
Yeah, if you bring some weed, I answer questions.
Okay.
The more weed, the more questions. And I just get high all day and go, yeah, man, that's true. Or someone could be like, 47.
Right. You already know. You just start answering questions as they're walking through the door. You're like, I don't want to do this today. The answer is 10. Just get the fuck out of here, dude.
Get the fuck out of here. You ain't even going to ask. I know what you're asking. It's 10. Right? Put the weed down.
Just fucking leave it, man. I've been playing Starfield. I'm not going to spoil anything because Mark hasn't played it, but it's a good fucking game.
You thought it was dope.
Yeah, I like it.
I've been seeing, like, I don't follow the story or anything, but I've watched a few people's like reviews.
That's why I've been sending you stuff that's non-spoiler and shit like that, and gameplay. Because like, I haven't watched any story or spoiler either, but the story's long as shit. Like, my girlfriend's longer than me, and she still hasn't beaten the story. And I'm like,
I heard
I'm 40 hours in, and I'm level 12.
It's nothing too innovative. I heard it's pretty much
it's like
your Fallout or Skyrim experience.
Has
your regular
anyone
Bethesda
beat
experience.
the game yet? Do you know?
Oh yeah, tons of people beat the game. If you beat the game 10 times, you get the best armor in the game. It's like it's one of those kind of games, but you don't have to, because there's like.
I just didn't know if it was one of those games where like, oh dude, this would take you like a year to fucking beat. Like,
no, it's just it takes you like. It depends on how you play it. Like for me, it's going to take me probably like 200 hours to beat the main story, because it's like, think of a menu simulator. No, that's what it is. You're constantly shuffling and fighting and doing stuff.
But even when you beat the main story, you got tons of other side stories.
Yeah, that's a bunch of side objectives.
So you could play this shit. For
how many
years.
like trophies are in this bitch to collect? Do they still do that?
Like 30 or 40. On Steam. Steam does achievements, so I don't know how much it is if it's different on console, because they create those obviously like to for that specific console, because you're like platinum trophy from PlayStation, and Xbox is like the main point system, so you got like 100,000 points on Xbox.
So I had a couple of buddies that were like hardcore trophy hunters back in the day or whatever, and we would battle, so you had the most like trophies because you go to a profile and see or whatever. And they would spend hours and be like, and they would just go back through the game, and they would have to search every corner and every nook and cranny to try to find like the 10 books that were hidden throughout the game. I'm gonna
spoil one thing, but it's not anything that's gonna be important. So you play the game, and somehow stuff changes because it's New Game Plus from the beginning. So fucking one of the characters becomes a houseplant, and you walk up, and the quest you're talking to, you're like, no, you can't be a houseplant. Like, shake your leaves if you can help me fight the New Star Collective. Like, and he's just freaking out. It's that kind of game. Like, it's just insane, dude. That's like, the amount of time and stuff they put in this game, it's like The Sims for people. You know how, like, The Sims is like, you're fucking in it, but then you realize it's just a real life simulator.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is boring, so I'm going to put a bunch of cheat codes in.
Yeah.
But Starfield is like, it's like that. Like, it's insane.
That's cool.
Like some streamer went and flied 9 hours real time to a planet and then clipped through it, and it's like they were pissed, but it's like you just flew 9 hours. Like they worked with NASA to figure out how far the distance is and how realistic it would be to fly there, and then you got to travel to the planet. Well, it's still a fucking video game. Like it's not, but like the fact that you traveled 9 hours in a video game and got to another planet from the planet you're at in a spaceship with fighting and
So
asteroids
the guy
and other
actually
planets
didn't
and
quick
shit.
slam it. He just let it go.
Yeah, she just let it go.
It was a girl. Yeah, it was Alana Pierce. She's smoking hot Australian girl.
But she and was it, and that's probably almost like a pretty dope thing because that'd almost be like how you would put the dot on like Red Dead and hit the thing and just hit like cinematic and go.
Yeah.
It was probably like that. Where like, dude, it's probably just dope ass. Like,
you're just going through the system.
Views.
I wonder if she got like attacked or somebody came.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Like there's so many different like things that pop up. Like I've been seeing so many things online.
Traveling, like this is that
space.
spaceship shit you were showing me, right?
Yeah,
to, like,
I showed you like the
so like you're traveling in space, like other like spaceships can come and get you. Now are those like AIs or are those like other people that are
everything's
online?
AI?
It's a role playing game like Skyrim or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like an online. Like,
I think
once you got out in the universe traveling or anything.
No, 100% solo.
Cool. I like.
Who's this? She's new.
She's not new. She's been around for a minute.
She's
a former UFC fighter.
The game came out on early access on September 1st. 6 million downloads, 1 million consecutive players.
Is that a record or anything? Is that pretty big?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's in 5 days they sold 6 million copies.
Is that huge?
Yeah.
I don't know, like sales.
I mean,
this is one of the biggest gaming developers out
this there. This is like Rockstar when they came out with GTA. When they come out with GTA 6, like
these are the people that made Skyrim, one of the biggest games. I mean, that's on.
No, I don't know. I understand it's big. I don't understand the numbers. Like, I don't understand if 6 million's good or if.
Just think about a million.
I don't know that. I knew it was a big game.
Playing one game at one time.
It's a highly anticipated game.
Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know when he said 6 million. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know what Call of Duty. I don't know what Madden does. So I don't know where that.
They probably did most of that before it even came out in pre-orders, too.
Got ya.
That's what I'm saying. I got it 5 days early, so I've been playing since the first.
Yeah, you playing it on PC?
Yeah. I play it on Steam.
So they got it a week early.
Nice.
But yeah, it's huge, dude. Like, I watched a video, and like none of this is spoiler, obviously, but I watched a video of a spaceship coming up to you, and you can like interact. You could choose to interact with them, and something will happen, and then you could choose not to interact.
Yeah.
Well, a spaceship flies up out of nowhere, and they're like, "Hey, we've been trying to reach you for your spaceship's extended warranty." Like they literally put that in the game.
Are you serious? Yeah, dude.
That's and you can choose what. And the dude ended up blowing him up. Like he saved the game obviously before he did it, but he just fucking blew him up. And then his achievements pop up, and he just flies.
I like when shit does that.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
funny.
It's hilarious. The little shit that they put in there. Speaking of GTA 6, that's coming.
Dude, I'm literally thinking about getting a PC.
Okay.
Just for GTA, so I can do like the RPs, like the role plays, and shit like that. Dude, that shit's pretty.
Dude, I've seen those live streams, like the cops that role play, like the dudes
like
that role play as a cop and shit.
Or you can go be a fucking dude.
They got gangs you can join.
Yeah, like dude, you can do.
I love those videos of the dude fucking with the gangs.
Like,
you actually function as a gang.
Yeah, we could be gang up in that bitch. Jesse.
They'll kick you out of the gang.
Dude, I love the dude fucking with the gangs. Did you see it? He's like, I don't know what he did to the game, but it's like guy gets on top of him like this, and he's like, "Give me a kiss," and he's like, "Dude, get the fuck off me, bro." He's like, and it's like the dudes are like freaking out because they're like, this dude's just on them, like shit like that is funny. So I know like that role playing stuff is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, GTA 6. I highly suggest when you get a PC to go to Micro Center. That's what I did. Micro Center has the best prices. And you can literally walk in and be like, "Look, dude, I don't know much about PCs. I need you to."
I'm gonna go have her mom build it when I go to.
Okay, so you know, so you have somebody that will build it. They built it for me.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I had somebody build it.
I'm gonna have Hazel's mom build that shit, dude. And she'll have the connection on some pretty dope shit too.
So once you get the computer, there's another dude that streams in a car, it looks like a car, like he's sitting in an actual car, but it's just like the cutout or whatever, and he plays the game, and he shifts and he drives and shit, and he used Chat GPT to teach him all the code for it. He said, "I don't know how to fucking code. I just looked up everything I need to do to make this work with this." He's got a full functional shifter, steering wheel, everything works together, and you use Chat GPT to put it all together.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I've tried Chat GPT when I was doing game design, like when I was coding and shit. It's like you have to ask specific questions and like change how you're asking it, because obviously it's a computer. It'll give you the broad spectrum. It'll be like 5 steps, and then it'll be like, this is what you're supposed to do, and you have to be detailed when you're asking, because it's just going to give you an overview. But if you literally ask exactly what you want, specify exactly, it'll give you a step-by-step printout of exactly what you need to do with it.
That's what I said. This chick was having trouble with her homework. She goes to school, or she works at where I work.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm like, I don't know. She's trying to like look online. I'm like, Just put that shit in ChatGPT.
Right.
I'm like literally
so
type.
you already know about ChatGPT.
I'm like, type that shit out. Yeah, listen to me. Yeah. But let me talk to you.
Yeah.
You said listen to me.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, listen to me.
What are your thoughts on Joe Biden? Because you were talking about banning.
Sleepy Biden.
What?
Sleepy Biden.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. Like, what do you think?
Sleepy
Hunter and him
Joe.
are guilty of some conspiracy shit? Like colluding with like Russia and all this other shit, him making money, or what are your thoughts?
Hunter Biden?
Yeah.
That ain't no conspiracy.
Yeah, that's not really a conspiracy.
That's just real.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I guess it is. He's conspiring.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, he might think it's all bullshit. I don't know. I'm just.
I mean, he's a drug
addict. I didn't want to prelude to you know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think see, I used to be big into conspiracies.
I know, I kind of asked you.
I still listen to them a little bit, but
well, it seems like all of them are coming true. Right
yeah, there's a lot that are happening, dude.
Yeah, and it's kind of always goes that way though. Like, not all conspiracies come true, but I mean, there's some weird ones that you're like, damn, that's fucking why. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
what the fuck?
There's ones that you would hear and you would be like,
the fuck?
All right, that's not plausible.
Which one do you think's the most true? Which one right now, if you had to put money on it,
about what?
Conspiracy
Politics.
theory. No, just conspiracy theories in general. Like, if you can think one right now, you're like,
the
no, I would almost.
The Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect?
Really?
Yeah. Or the simulation theory, or the distraction theory, to where it's like, oh, aliens might be real. You know what I'm saying? Is that the distraction theory? The Donald,
bunch of different
the Donald Trump getting arrested, the distraction theory.
Top 10.
You give me your top 10.
I'm just saying,
not in any particular order.
The
most plausible number one is just they're all crooks and they're all old as fuck and they're all they're part of some cult, but it's not what we think. It's not what we think cult wise, they're doing satanic rituals and talking to demons and shit.
Quote unquote,
but it's cult wise, they're all jacking off into a fucking hot tub.
So quote unquote the swamp, how they say drain the swamp, that one world type.
Yeah, they're just old as fuck,
that
dude.
One government.
They came from
shit.
A different world. They're old as shit. They're racist, and they're just they're living like they used to fucking 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 30 years ago, when fucking people would go to the Playboy Mansion and Pedos Island and shit and do all that weird shit. It's just they're just stuck in that. They're still in the politicians being paid off and shit. And the weird, but it's they're just old as fuck. What if none of that shit was real? And it was just, they're old. And everybody's just human. And everybody makes fucking mistakes. And yeah, they do weird shit with pedos and kids and shit. And yeah, that's a conspiracy theory. But what if none of that weird shit's real? No aliens out there? Because if you think about it, if the most plausible one is the simulation theory, because we're just a wormhole based off of something bigger, because we can only see out to a cube type torus. Yeah. If you put the best telescope out all the way, we see all these fucking planets, but none of them have obviously some of them have species on them, but they're not anything. So just think about it.
Open up that can of worms.
We're just built on war, money and drugs and old people, and that's the American thing.
So, what the fuck did you just say?
Too many people, man.
Well, I would go with the moon landing. Mark, I'm going with the moon landing.
It's over. Yeah. It's over.
The Illuminati.
Short moon landing.
Okay.
It started out with Mandela effect, and then it just went. I don't even. Jesse's here, guys, so you know how this is gonna be. Gonna be one of those.
But how do you feel about it?
It's a Jesse episode.
Think about this, okay?
I'll try.
The whole country is run by old people, right? And there are some old people that are in there that have lived for their fathers to run and their fathers to run, and that was some weird shit back then. You're saying 1900 till now. We're in a weird fucking era. Even though we're younger and we're obviously not from 1900, but we're living through that bullshit.
Yeah.
Just weird shit. So conspiracy theories, I'm sure majority of them like those weird ones where they were doing scientific experiments where they're trying to make fucking super soldiers and they're trying to figure out who's psychic and doing shit like that. I'm sure those are real.
Yoel Romero.
What is that?
Example of
He's a super soldier.
Okay.
Fought in the UFC.
Yeah.
He was part of the Cuban experiments.
Yeah, see, shit like that is real because it's plausible. You can just juice them up with all this weird science shit because science is real.
Yeah.
That's the only conspiracy theory
Fauci's
that
real. He is science.
What is Fauci?
Science.
Okay, so
He
science.
is the science.
Just think about it. Yes, everything, all conspiracy theories are real, and all conspiracy theories are not real.
You want to know what
And
I
it's
think?
just because it's just people manifest them to be real. And like if like you push something and you say that about them so much, and it's in the public eye, and you're a public figure, and they think a certain way about you, but you're completely different. No matter how you convince those people, unless they meet you and be with you and go through your shit, they're gonna say that about you. So all conspiracy theories are real and not real, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Think about it with the cat in the box.
Yeah,
like
no,
is
I
the
got
cat
you.
is the, if you put the cat in the box and you poison it, is it dead,
cat.
or is it alive?
Oh, you don't poison
It's
it.
infinite theory.
Why'd you add the poisoning part? That's not part of it at all. You just put it in the box and you leave it in the box. You don't give it food. You don't give it water. And until you open the box, the cat is neither dead nor alive because you don't know.
It's living in both existence
Yeah.
at the same time,
No, I got you.
like alternate dimensions. Because
I
it would
can't
have to
believe
be
you hate cats.
like think about our existence, right? We came from an amoeba or a Big Bang or
Yeah.
Jesus made us or God made us, whatever you believe, whatever your belief system is.
Mm-hmm.
We came from like nothing. Okay, we just clicked one day,
God,
and
you
like
got a loud click.
everybody says like it's code.
Yeah.
Everything's broken down into DNA and code, which is true. But like think about the black holes as wormholes to a
Yeah.
different dimension. As the further we get out, the bigger the planets and shit are.
Yeah.
Imagine like the movie Ant-Man and the Quantum Verse, where everything was just shrunk down. Like you can spit into a one of those like science like things,
Yeah.
like I can't remember what it's
Like
called
the
right now.
23andMe type tube.
Yeah, and you spit in it, and you could build like a fucking ecosystem just off your bacteria and germs and shit.
Yeah.
There's little living organisms. So think about like building up to above us. What if we're just like fucking amoeba? But we have to be something that can't just be amoeba on. We can't be like bacteria on the wall of like a big car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it would have been wiped off by now. We would have been cleaned and wiped out. Our everything existence would have been
Yeah.
destroyed. So we have to be an atom, but like our atom to them. You know what I'm saying? Like we're on that level. That's what
Yeah.
our existence is. There's a universe somewhere which is the true universe, which is not parallel, but it's just like that's possibly what's going on. We possibly could be the subject of just coding from so far in the future that it literally, there's like how our internet has sentience in it, real deep down in the web if you can get to it, like quantum computing wise. Imagine that like to the highest level, and we literally were just the flick of a TV switch, and like that was the Big Bang, is when they turned the TV on for the museum for the kids running around, like the end of a Men in Black movie where it zooms out.
You just had to add at the museum with the kids running
Yeah,
around.
just at the museum with the
What
kids.
a
running
cute
around.
little scenario you painted there.
I like rocks.
You like rocks?
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
I like turtles.
Shout out to Cam Patterson.
You do rock tumbling?
Yes, he rock tumbles.
You rock tumble?
Yes.
You rock climb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Rock the boat.
We
Rock
call
the
him
boat.
Tumble
I like
Johnson.
to rock and roll.
Baby.
I like really anything with rock.
Okay.
Crack rocks.
You like roll rock?
Butt crack.
Okay. I dig it, man. I got it. I understand the rocks. I get it. But okay, like what if, like, I understand you said the moon landing, you were just dropping that because I went off on like a tangent, but
Yeah.
what?
But how about the RFK fucking assassination?
What's the RFK?
That's even crazier than JFK. He was I don't know what he was doing. He was campaigning, but he was like at a hotel or something, and everybody knew he was there. I can't remember why he was there, but they walked him through the kitchen that he wasn't supposed to go through, and one of the kitchen staff just walked up and shot him. But the guy who shot him says that he has no recollection of it and has no motive.
Yeah.
And it's absolute, and they think he's like someone who is involved with like MK Ultra and like mind control and shit.
Yeah.
So like they call you and you answer the phone and it's like they say he's like Cupcake and you're like
Or something,
you
or somebody
instantly
like
turn ninja.
says something to him in his ear, and yeah, it's
You
like
like
a
you
trigger
become a
word.
different
Yeah.
person
And then he's
altogether.
just like, and he blacks out. He just does
Super
whatever
soldier.
this
Like-
task
like,
is. He
not
was
super soldier, but Winter
programmed to
Soldier.
do.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier type shit.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
They made a movie about it. The guy who Emilio Estevez actually fucking directed it, but it's called
Okay.
Bobby. And yeah,
They show it like like there's been shows like obviously a lot of shows are all scripted, but there's been shows like showing it, like teasing, like look, this guy, this magician, he fucking hypnotizes this dude, and this dude like goes to the library, steals a book, rides a motorcycle, has no recollection or doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle, doesn't like steal on a regular basis, but he goes into like a bookstore and he walks out with something, rides his motorcycle off, shoots someone, gets on the elevator, goes up, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like,
I guess.
And then just becomes like how the show, what was the Disney Plus show fucking where the dude had like 3 personalities? Moon Knight, like something like that.
I didn't
like,
watch Moon Knight.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay, but I know what you're saying. It's like the MK Ultra thing, to where it's just people like trapped in a. Didn't they have a movie like what was it with George Clooney? Like, wasn't that MK Ultra where they were like trying to get
the
them?
men who
like,
stare at goats.
Yeah, the men who stare at goats.
I have found out I'm emo.
Okay,
Really, dude. It's kind of what it is. Like from the music I like to chill to.
Okay.
I'm a little emo.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with it.
he used to come over and call me emo, and I'm listening to metal and shit. And
Like,
then,
and it was
he's
like a
the emo
joke.
one.
It was just
Yeah.
a joke because like he would have the lights out because it was like, which I love sitting in darkness too.
yeah.
Okay.
And it was just me. He'd be
It's
sitting
daylight,
here.
you know. I'm just letting the fucking daylight come
Yeah,
in.
and I'd be like, "Oh, you're all emo today," just like talking shit or whatever. But then it was like, he's like, "Well, what do you like listen to when I'm high, like smoking shit?" And I would be like, "This song, this song." He's like, "You realize like these last 3 songs are technically like emo,"
Okay.
and I'm like, "Oh, so
Not
I'm
emo,
like,
but they're like, well, some of them are, but like,
yeah, they're more what you could consider emo than the shit he ever listened to." So
Yeah,
I
okay.
figured I'm lightweight emo, dude. Like I'm
Alright,
just
so
sitting in the
yeah.
dark and listening to some bullshit,
No, I dig it,
chill
dude.
music.
Did you watch that video I sent you?
which one?
I don't know. There's a lot of wasn't there.
So
Did I send you
which-
2 recent videos
Probably.
of Roman Reigns in high school?
Oh
No, I
no,
don't think I sent you that one. They were too long.
no, you didn't send me that.
All right, what did I send you?
I don't remember.
Oh, the dude from that '70s show.
Like, why are you?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that. He got what 30 years
Yeah,
for fucking rape or some shit.
from like so many 20 years ago, he raped somebody.
I
Or 2
seen
women.
I
came
seen
out.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis or whatever wrote
like
like
disowned him or something. Like
no,
like
they
got-
wrote like letters
Oh, did they?
to the court, and like I didn't read hers, but Ashton's was like he's known him, he's never, caught him to lie to him and any lies or ever been dishonest or ever did like wrote a letter like not defending his actions, but just saying like defending him was like he's never did anything wrong to him and shit. I don't know, but
Damn, dude. Damn.
We're gonna do some
Like,
Roach Clips.
I talked to my girlfriend about this. Like, there's certain people in Hollywood, you're just like, yeah, I can see that guy being a sleazebag.
yeah.
But like, who in Hollywood would fucking just wow? Like, nobody's surprising, obviously. But like, somebody comes out like Bob Ross was really a serial killer, or like Mr. Rogers was racist, or like, but like Tom Hanks raped somebody, you'd be like, that's fucked up. But like, I could see it. But like, Bob Ross was like a serial killer, you like that would throw you off. Or like Mr. Rogers was like a racist or a Nazi or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like which one would throw you off? Like some actor would be like a pedo.
Oh, all of them.
All of them?
Nothing surprises.
Nothing
me.
surprises you? Okay. So
Like,
like
literally,
Mr. Rogers is a pedo.
Dude, we've
or
talked
something,
about this
like-
before. Like, dude, like literally a spacecraft could land,
Okay.
and like I would be surprised, but like
It would just be like you would,
I'm like, oh
would get
yeah,
over
like holy fuck, it actually is. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like to me, it would be like, all right, yeah, I don't know.
I dig it.
You
I
hear
know what
so
you're saying.
much fucked up shit anymore. Whether you don't know if it's true, not true, made up, whatever, but like, I don't know. If something comes out fucked
What-
up about someone,
what
it's
would
like,
be that thing that would just like
what would disappoint me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
what would end it like for you at that point? Like something like what baseball or movie? Like I don't know. It would have to be something huge for it to like
It would listen. It like any. I don't put
like
celebrities
you
on.
ended up on another planet.
But-
you like flashbang to another planet. Now you're awake on like
Yeah,
an
like
alien
that,
planet,
like that shit, like yeah, that.
I
But
guess
like
that would have to be
when
like
it comes to a person,
Yeah.
whether it's celebrity or I don't put anyone like on a pedestal. Of,
well, no,
like,
I don't.
Whatever.
I'm not saying put them on a pedestal, but I'm saying
So,
like
like,
what would be like a shock would be like
None
damn.
of nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing,
Okay.
because like I just take every person for what it is. Like I don't know them,
just
so
take 'em for
like
face
nothing would surprise me about them. 'Cause I
Right.
don't fucking know them.
Right. You just take them for face value.
I know
I
him
get
as
it.
an actor,
Right.
which is acting.
You don't know them in person.
I don't know them for anything.
You don't know their background or yeah, I get it.
So like, if they're like, "Oh, this person fucking eats people on the side," I'm like, "Huh, that's pretty fucked up." Like, but like, it
Could you
wouldn't
imagine?
surprise me.
Like, could you imagine?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking like Seth Rogen is like a cannibal.
I'd be like, "That's pretty fucked up. He needs
Yeah.
to go to jail." Like, but like, other than that, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, what do I do?
That
How do I go on?"
That would be an extreme.
You know, like, there's some people that like.
oh
Like,
yeah.
here's my thing.
People get devastated.
When this is what kills me, when like rappers and actors and like all this shit, they die, and like some of these people freak like, motherfucker, you didn't know them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah, their music was great and inspired you. Like, yeah, you can be sad about it, but like some people, I'm like, bro, you don't even know that person at all. Like, you don't even know them. You know them through like
Don't
their
even know.
music and shit. Yeah, you can be sad they passed away, but like
You can
people
be
like
bummed, yeah.
cry and like it'll ruin their like their
Ruin
life
their
or their
life,
day,
yeah.
and they wouldn't be able to like continue on that day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been like that. For
I just
anything.
never got.
I'm just
that.
saying, like it's a topic
Like,
that like comes up.
Maybe that's
Like
me,
somebody that would
but, like,
surprise you, like it's just like somebody that would like not even like you're emotionally attached to, but something that would like surprise you, like wow, like I would have never seen that coming.
No, like anybody could die tomorrow, and I would just be
Like
like,
not even the extreme of death, like something weird, like
no,
like the
nothing.
lizard people are real.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Like I told you, aliens could land there, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't. Like, the thing is, dude, there's so
Like
much
the
shit.
like the Earth is hollow.
there's
and
so
shit,
much
the moon's a
endless.
space base.
It's
and-
so big that there's so many endless possibilities that if you think that there's not some other fucked up shit,
yeah.
it's pretty dumb.
Every,
so, like,
every
that would
celebrity that
surprise-
faked their death is alive, like shit like that.
Could be.
Like the MK Ultra thing is real, and there's fucking 11 running around, and like the upside down is real.
Well,
and, like,
MK Ultra was proven to be real.
the
so.
Earth is hollow, and the moon is a space base, and like
Honestly, like I wouldn't be too surprised by anything anymore at this
No.
point.
That's what I mean. Like you could like I said, and I don't know, like anything could come out tomorrow, and it's like the
Like
one.
my mind would be blown if like aliens legitimately visited and we actually saw a real.
Yeah, like it
Like-
blow my mind,
but
but,
see-
it's like
but,
I
like-
almost in the back of my head like expect it to happen at some point.
But I
probably.
think-
you know, like
I
think
it's-
at
I
that
know it's
point-
a possibility.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
that point, it would have to be they knocked on the door, and now they're a part of your life.
Yeah, if the motherfucker knocked on my door, that's when I would be.
That's
like,
when you're like,
oh. But like if I was like if they were like, oh
yeah,
yeah,
they just landed in the New York.
and
Got a couple
Independence,
coffee in the back.
Ohio, fucking spaceship right here, I'd be like,
Yeah,
some bitch, that's fucking nuts.
Maybe like a complete like military takeover of like some foreign country or something, you know, like China
China,
completely took over and we became like China.
or like nuclear war started, and you're just like, fuck, that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it, man. It would have to be an extreme, like
it's like the one dude I know, he's like real big into flat Earth, and I'm like, all right, dude, cool. Like, I understand that you believe flat Earth, but what will that change?
yeah, that would only change a couple things
Like, no, but like
because
I'm-
it would
like,
just become an adjustment.
No, here's my thing though. But like, what would it change on our daily lives? Absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing.
If we lived on a flat Earth,
Yeah. If they're like, if tomorrow they're like, oh, Earth's flat, gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, got
the thing with that is,
but like,
the problem
what-
with that is it would be slightly drastic enough to crash like certain markets, and like it would change like more than like probably 35% of the population would be affected, and that's it. You may not be affected personally, but I would say probably
How?
about 35, because if it's a flat Earth and like we got this, we would
how would
readjust how
35% of the population?
because
be
we would have to
affected?
because we would have to readjust how everything was like manufactured. If this
Why?
is a flat Earth,
Why doesn't
because that means
everything-
everything's fake.
But why don't we?
Everything, the internet, everything, space, there is nothing. We're living in a globe. If the Earth is flat, we
Okay,
live in
okay,
a globe.
but that's
We have
what I'm
to
saying.
reevaluate what we're doing now because
okay, but I understand. But like,
because people come to the realization everybody's actually equal,
okay,
and it doesn't matter,
But-
and that's what freaks everybody out.
Okay, but here's my thing.
That's the worst. That's the worst anxiety for everybody.
But everyone is going to just continue to do what they do the next.
But it's going to take years. It's going to be like COVID. It's going to take a couple years. But like for the first few years, this is going to be intense. Shit's going to shut down. People aren't going to know what to do. They're going to empty their bank accounts. They're going to be running wild. There's going to be riots.
No
People are
way.
going to try to get to Alaska. More people are going to go into space. Bombs are going to go off because nothing else matters. Like if you found out the Earth was flat and we live in a
I
fucking
wouldn't give a
globe,
fuck.
you know how it would be
I would
World
not
War
give
fucking
two
7, dude.
shits.
It would be the whole world
That
would
wouldn't
destroy
mean
itself.
nothing else matters. If anything, it would probably prove
It would put globe companies out of business.
globe companies.
It would put globe manufacturers out.
If it
Go
found
be
out,
like $400 on eBay.
Yeah, that's it. If you have a globe, you're gonna be able to save out of that bitch and make some money. Other than that, like, I mean, you still got to pay your bills. Like, the internet's still gonna work as is. Like, why do you have to adjust everything?
Because
that works?
if we found out Earth was flat, it would just change because we would. Who's hiding that? Like, why is that a big deal? Like,
Yeah,
why is that a big deal?
I understand it was hidden, but like, what's that What's that lie honestly
now we
different from
know.
all the other lies we're told
Because now
every
we know.
day?
Now we know for
But we
sure.
know they
Everybody
lie.
knows.
But
Imagine everybody knowing.
yeah, but we do know
There's
they
billions
lie
of
every day.
people. Okay, maybe not 35%. Maybe because there's billions of people, we're talking like 0.7%. Because you got to think about it on a scale like. I didn't think about it on a scale of billions of people. I'm just thinking like a small population like
But
him.
like, who's like?
But
I
like
just don't understand
0.7,
what would change.
there would be like 600 million people probably affected out of the billions.
Because like,
so we wouldn't see it. We would not see it.
Internet wouldn't change. Transportation wouldn't change.
it wouldn't change because it's already working that way already now.
But
That's what I
think
mean.
about-
Like, what?
So,
Like, there's
okay.
nothing.
So think
Like,
about it this
the
way.
only thing I could maybe see that could change possibly is if people were truly doing mathematically equations off of a globe. But like,
Think about it this way though.
other than that, I don't know. But like, I don't think anything on a daily life of a human being would change because
Okay.
I think it would change something.
Okay. So you've believed something your entire life. Okay.
Yeah.
Just think about it this way.
yeah,
Everybody in the world has believed something in their entire life.
yeah,
This is like Santa Claus coming real.
yeah.
But it's bigger than that. It's
Yeah.
like because that would be like magic is now real, and we would be like, oh, let's have some fun. It would just be, but it's bigger than that because think about everybody at once finding out the Earth is flat. Okay.
Okay.
For a lot of people, they'll be like, everything's working fine. But a lot of people would have a panic attack. And a lot of things would like shut down globally because it would, who is lying? Like, who hid this? And what is the point? Who knew? It would be a political. Actually, I get what you're saying. All it would be is like a
Okay.
push to the
Talking
side.
points.
It
This
would be a push to
person
the
is
side
you.
media frenzy, and it would be blown out of proportion. It would be bigger than it was, and it would make it seem like it was affecting like
The
300
Democrats are
million
playing
people,
on the Republicans.
but it's
or
only
type shit.
affecting like maybe 200,000 people, and so like it would change a lot of things because
Those
like
200,000
because we
people
would
are
wanna-
the
if it's a flat
manufacturers
Earth,
of
if it's a flat
globes.
Earth though, how much room do we actually have? Are we overpopulating ourselves? That's the stuff that would change. We would want to know because like everything's working, yes.
Okay,
but
okay,
but
I
what else
understand.
is the weather
on.
controlled?
Okay, yes, your thought process.
Clearly.
But on a daily life, nothing would change.
You would still
Other
need to
than
eat.
You would think more.
You would still
About-
need to eat. You would still need a job to
just go
do
to
that.
work.
You would still need a place
But
to
like, I'm
live.
saying yes.
You would still live your daily life just like
Just
you would
your thought
before.
would be
but you
more.
would still be thinking. Sure, you would think about all that. It would blow your mind, and you would have to think about it a lot. But you would
That's what
fucking
I'm saying. Can you
still
fathom
have
that?
to
No.
survive.
But I'm just
so
saying,
you would still
on-
live your life
And I
as you
get
did
that.
before you
It's
knew
just a
that.
scale that you couldn't fathom unless it's happening right now. It would have to be happening
I'm
at this
saying
exact
I
second
personally
for
just
like,
don't think anything would change
you
other
don't think anything
than
would change.
it would just make Alex Jones, Eddie Bravo, all these crazy.
Oh, dude, there would be millions of them at that point.
They would go nuts, and yeah, there would be a political thing like, "Oh, they lied to you. They lied to you know." It's going to be finger pointing, but as far as other than the 1% that are going to sit there and try to make it a bigger deal than what it is, we're all just going about our shit
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Like, there's not going to change anything. We're not going to take cruises any different. We're not going to fly any different. We're not going to drive any different.
That's gonna fuck everything up.
It doesn't
Because-
sound like
because
you're
that
going to
has
put shingles on a roof any different. You're not going to call people and do your shit
does that-
any different
How does that make any fucking sense then?
Nothing is
math
different
doesn't matter anymore
because
now.
it already is what it is.
Math doesn't matter. It's all smoke
Right?
and mirrors.
Yeah.
It's all fucking smoke and mirrors at that point.
It's already
It's
is.
a Truman Show.
It's just another thing in the smoke and mirrors if it happened. But like nothing would change. They already, it works.
The only thing I see,
I get it.
I would think that would change.
You would just want it to like go on like it is now, because it probably.
Well, no,
will.
here's the thing.
I get it.
No, listen, it's not that I don't want it. I wish for some reason advances or like embetterment for the world would come from it. But I don't think anything would. Because they already do everything what they do. To as good.
I don't
like
think
we're
it would
already
change.
progressing for better all the time. So like,
But like, if we found out the Earth is flat, we would probably be like, okay, at this point, okay, so this is what would honestly change. The Earth is flat. Everything, like, we would just need to know, how do we have endless resources then? Like, there would just that's the shit that would change, like, because that means nothing matters. It's all just a rent system. It's all just a simulated reality. It's all just like ones and zeros at that point, because you can't you can't change someone's perception of reality that hard and not expect them to have everybody like pretty much have a mental breakdown and not be able to comprehend. Like, yes, a large portion of the population will be able to comprehend it
right now.
but a lot of people have mental breakdown.
Do you think if you woke up tomorrow and all over the news was the Earth was flat, like it finally came out, would you have a mental breakdown? Or would you just still use your phone the same and send the same 87 memes the same?
This is what would...
Like, what would you... No, I'm saying for you. Like, what would you do? I want to know what you would do.
What I would do if the Earth was flat?
Yeah, if you found out you woke up tomorrow and they said the Earth was flat, what would you do?
I would... Fuck.
Would you eat breakfast?
I don't know. I would be emotionally broken and thought, like my thought process would start speeding up to like a trillion. Because I'm off. I'm off. First off, I'm off that day. So I would wake up on my day off and the Earth is flat. And now I have to process the Earth as being flat while processing everything that I've ever known my entire life without preparing for the most like weirdest theory ever. Like okay. Aliens I can comprehend. I can do aliens.
Okay.
But like I feel like more people would be broken because a lot of people wouldn't be able to comprehend. I would eventually calm down to eat and shit. It may be like a 5-minute like, and then like I just go on with my normal life, and that's probably how a lot of people are gonna. But I feel like there's a lot more people. Like, think about the sensitive ass generation. They find out. But like,
what are you gonna protest?
Think about what about no, not protest. Just but like straight, just revolt? Stopped. Just stopped.
People
just
would
like
stop.
This. Mitch McConnell's everywhere, just frozen because the Earth is flat now. Just shit's just shutting down. Cars are just crashing. It's worse than September 11th.
Why is shit crashing though?
Because they just freeze. People that can't comprehend that much, like your entire perception of reality is fake. The Earth is fake. The space is fake. No, there's nothing there. What are we in an ant globe? Like it would depend. It would honestly depend on what we are. Because if we're in a snow globe, if we're like an anthill, if we're a child's experiment, if we're just a small little, like we're living in a box and we're an ecosystem, like somebody put a plant in a jar and we're the bugs that grew. Because we're a parasite. We're destroying a planet that is habitable.
We're in space though. We're just not a globe. You're taking this way too far. We're just not a globe.
We're just not a globe anymore?
Yeah, we're just like more of a disc, flat type thing.
My 5-year plan would change.
What?
My 5-year plan would change.
What would you want to do? Join Space Wars?
No. I would just... Because I would want more at that point. Because nothing mattered.
Why does nothing matter?
Because anything would be possible now.
Why?
Because the Earth is flat, and the Earth has always been flat, and so that means somebody's faking this. So you would I would start to ponder like what I can do to figure out, because that program would exist at that point, because the person would have to come forward and publicly state what's been going on for hundreds of years, and so hundreds of thousands of years. Because we just found out, and they were like, we got to tell everybody. Like, this isn't something we could hide. Like, the scientist was like, another scientist blew his brains out, and he tells the public all at once. He's like, the Earth is fucking flat. Who would believe him? how do you
No, I'm
find
just
out?
saying the
It would
government.
have to come consciously. Like
I'm
you
talking
would have
like
to consciously realize
what
the
if,
Earth is
like,
flat
the-
because more people would believe it was a fake
yeah,
conspiracy
like what
theory.
if the 21
It'd be like
nations?
the lizard people. Like say the lizard people are real.
Listen, what if like the 21 nations and shit and Charles Schwab came together
Okay.
and they were like
Close.
at their shit
Klaus.
and was
Klaus
like,
Klaus.
hey, this is what it really is. Here's a telescope view. The Earth, this is what it actually looks like. So it's real. They let us all know at once. They let the whole world know. I
would you do,
understand their
Mike?
shock. Don't get me wrong. I understand their shock. But like,
I was
other than
waiting.
smoking a blunt and being
Yeah.
like, well, they fucking lied to us again.
Right. I get that.
And like you wandering in your mind of like all these what ifs and what could be's. Nothing different.
So-
other than you waking up the next day and just going back to life.
But don't you think, like, if we found out the Earth was flat and say the leaders didn't know the Earth was flat, like the governments, like the world governments, who's hitting the nuke first? Just because the Earth's flat, because
Why?
something.
But why? Like that's what I don't
I
understand.
don't know, man. Because
Exactly, you don't know. Like, but why would someone need to hit a nuke just because the Earth's flat? Like, oh, they pissed me off, but like, so I'm just gonna destroy all of it because they said it's flat and like just take out everything. That makes zero sense.
I feel like it would start a war because it would start a political war because they would be like.
Don't you think it might unite everyone and the opposite and be like,
think so?
fuck this shit? Like, we
think
need to
everybody
get
would come
closer.
together?
I don't know. I'm asking you. You're the one going with this.
If
I'm
the
going.
Earth
I'm
was
just
flat-
asking opposite. But like you're saying, all these
If the
people.
Earth was flat,
But maybe when they bring all the quote like, other than the 1%, wouldn't it maybe
What-
bring
what
us
would honestly
closer
probably
because
happen-
we're like, well, look at all these fucks. Maybe it might make us better.
the Earth would start out like this. It would start out as a news report, and then you would start seeing that news report every day. So you're living your normal life. Okay, you're going to work. It's in the back of your head. You're like, this is crazy. You're watching TikToks about it. You're watching YouTube videos about it. You're not stressing about it, but like it starts getting real, a little bit real. Stuff starts to change
But what changes?
because I feel like stuff would change because anything would change in the time of something different like that. Like in the time of war, things change like that
Yeah,
kind of
no, I
change.
understand.
Like it won't affect your immediate everyday life, but I feel like it would affect your 10-year life
Okay.
because like things would
But
something would happen
Do you
differently.
think it's negative? Do you think it has to go negative, or do you think
It
it could
doesn't
go
necessarily
positive?
have to go negative. It can go either way because in an infinite world of possibilities, it would depend
Wait,
on.
I mean, there's only
We
two
just found
ways
out the Earth is
like,
flat.
There's three ways it's going to go: bad, the same, or good.
Okay,
Or, like, better, I
The
guess.
problem is if the Earth is flat, we have to figure out now how much nutrients we have. What do we have left? Like how much have we depleted? We just found out today the Earth is flat, so now the people have to realize. Do we have to in the next 10 years? Are we
Listen,
farming because
alright,
we just depleted our
Do
nutrients?
you realize those same issues happen right now, and no one gives a fuck? Like, do you understand that, right? You realize all that's happening right now, and
it's
no
not-
one fucking cares.
But it's not happening to the extreme of like we just found out that we're like a third of the size.
No, a lot of the
We're a
shit
third of the
does.
size we thought we were. Like that's happening on continent
But
levels,
how does the
and like
size-
that's happening on nation levels. Imagine that happening on the
How-
planetary level.
How does the size of what we're living on change just because it goes like it's still the same
It shrinks
size?
down.
We still travel the same distances. Like the size on a map may change,
but I'm
but
just
the
saying, like
size of
they always
reality.
say, like we
like-
have a certain population point based
Yeah,
off like
I
a round
understand.
globe.
Yeah, but we've already hit all these plot points. So in reality, no size is ever going to change. Just the way you look at a map, it might change, but it's still the same size to us because we lived on
the reason
it.
the size would change to us is because it was all a lie. It was based off a globe, a fake synthetic
Mom, was
number.
that you?
It's actually shrunk down now to where what if they say now that we know the Earth is flat,
Yeah.
we figured out the population. We're
Okay.
at max capacity and 500,000 people. Like maybe those people knew
Okay,
already, and they're like, we're at max
exactly,
capacity
but
and
we know
500,000
but
more
we know
people.
we're not though because we know how big it actually is because we're here. Like they can't. We know we know there's unsettled
But that's
land
the reason
throughout.
they decided to come out is because that's what happened. Like that's this is the hypothetical. They decided to tell everybody because we just got to if we have 500,000 more people,
Yeah.
it'll be mass genocide. We'll have to kill everybody because it's a flat Earth, and they're finally coming out to tell everybody because we need to stop having babies.
So what happens to all that like open land that?
It doesn't exist. It was all lies.
So that
It was
like that,
everything that you
so,
know
So listen.
was a
So you're
lie.
gonna tell me. So when he was a child,
Mhm.
drove from Ohio to California.
all smoke and
Listen,
mirrors.
and he looked to the right and left, and there was just all this open land that no one lived in. That's not there anymore
seen the Truman Show?
because all of a sudden
It's perception. It's just all perception. Because you're a child. Everything looks bigger to you. Everything looks bigger to you.
Why'd you look at me like that? Because you're a child. And then look back at Eric. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Don't die on me, dude. Damn, that was a heated debate.
Yeah.
That had a very, very climactic ending.
I think I broke Eric for a second.
That was literally a fight to the almost
I'm gonna have
death.
to turn the dial down from 47 back down to 12.
Don't die on me, damn. Yeah, don't die on me, dude.
I'll kiss you if you start dying.
Because that'll help.
That's what I'm saying. Don't people kiss each other when they're not when their airways are opening?
I'll give you my soul.
Yeah.
Oh, CPR. Are you CPR certified?
No, you just kiss them.
What
are you talking about?
That's a
Kiss them
secret.
as much as
All
possible.
right, well, let's put a button on that debate, I guess.
I guess so.
I was going to try to put my 2 cents in there, but I couldn't. It was impossible.
Your 2 cents is already in there, Mike. I already understood what would happen. Nothing would change. Everything would just be the same.
I guess you could just assume my opinion then.
I'm an accountant.
What's that?
I'm an accountant. That's what sex workers say.
Is that what that is? Like
Yeah.
when you're like mob and shit, you're just like did like antiques.
I'm thinking. I'm talking like only fats, like ham radio, like ham handle.
Listen, would you
Like would you go to ham handle?
What?
Hamhandle.com.
What's a ham handle?
It's a ham. It's like a fat like.
Is this real?
No,
You're
it's
gonna
just
make
made up,
it.
but like a Chips Ahoy. Like think of a Chips and Dale, but it's like a Chips
Chips-and-Dale.
Ahoy.
Oh,
But like
It's
you
just
come
a
out, they're
large
dancing,
man
they're large
dancing
bands
group.
dancing. They take their shirt off. When they go take their pants off, the lights go out. They drop a boot on the ground,
okay,
and the boot makes a large noise like their dick fell out
got it.
and hit the ground, and all the girls go wild. And it's like a $1 million thing.
Is this one of your crazy dreams you guys have?
No, this is just an idea for like a business.
Chips and Dales.
Yeah,
Or Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
I'm pretty sure Chips, you're going to have a problem with the
That's
name
what I'm
Chips
saying.
Ahoy.
You can call it like ham handle.
Ham handle.
Ham
Ham
handle.
handle.
It's just a bunch of guys dancing like.
Ham handle.
And as soon as they take their pants off, it's like.
That's funny. I like
And
ham
then
handle.
when the lights come back on, it's the next dancers, fully dressed, ready to strip for you, and it's just over and over
Are you
again.
gonna have just men or is it women too?
I think women would be too much, because like, what are you doing? Like, their pussy's hitting the floor, their tits
No,
are hitting
you
the
just
floor.
don't have
Like,
any
you
boots.
just don't do the boot. You don't get them naked though. They're not. That's the whole point. It's like
You're not
like
naked?
a juice bar.
You're
Like
not-
it could be a juice bar so everybody can go. Like up to like 18 and older, dude. Like
It can be a juice bar so everyone can go.
like make a Netflix special out of it.
What the fuck?
All right, welcome to another edition of Roach Clips. These are some pictures of videos that Mark and I shared with each other. Usually Mark putting them out there, but we're usually taking shits in separate places while we send these videos to each other. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy them as much as we do. So, sit back, light a blunt, light a joint, smoke a bowl, whatever you do and enjoy.
All right. I'm pretty sure all of these are mine. Eric doesn't really fucking try anymore. He just
All mine are
shows
usually fucked up.
he just shows up and rolls the blunts. But here we go. Let's see what they are. It's only a matter of time, it says.
70.
Oh, let me restart it.
In 1870, recognizing the challenges of underwater mining, the Montreal Mining Company sold Lake Superior to an ambitious Alexander Sibley. With his lead engineer, William Frew, they embarked on an audacious mining venture, constructing barriers against the lake's fury and establishing a thriving town on the nearby shores. However, nature proved a relentless adversary. As the miners delved deeper, Lake Superior's waters began infiltrating the mine, necessitating round-the-clock pumping. The mine's fate was sealed when a vital coal shipment, essential for powering the pumps, failed to arrive. By 1884, the icy grip of Lake Superior reclaimed the mine, submerging its riches. In just 13 years, it produced an astonishing $3.25 million worth of remarkably pure silver. And today, what is still buried within the mine is left untapped, waiting for the next person, crazy enough to take on the challenge. In 1870,
That's crazy.
Are you mining?
Am I mining?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a miner now.
Okay.
I mine.
Okay. I thought so.
No, I just thought that was interesting.
It is interesting.
You don't think it's interesting?
I do think it's interesting, but I'm saying
Wild.
like if you had the ability to mine like silver, like how crazy would like if you were like in that construction field, like you were in the oil field, but you were in the silver field, like pff, I just hit $3.5 million. We're done. Bye. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. There's a shit ton of
Right.
silver in there.
Yeah,
rare
you know,
silver.
for someone that wants to go
And that's in Lake Superior. Like if you can dive and shit, just dive
and
down in there.
whatever. And
I mean, you gotta mine it, I guess.
yeah,
but,
somehow mine it and bring it back up.
but you can build it off. Like if you had enough money to like fund the operation, you could do that shit.
Yeah.
And it's not far away.
No, that's wild.
That is wild.
That is crazy as hell.
That's a good one.
All right, moving on. All right, this is a funny one, I thought. It's called Selling Weed to the Police. Let me turn it up a little, though, because that was kind of quiet.
Would you like to buy some marijuana? I'm thinking maybe $40.
Give me the bag. Hey,
Well-
hey, what's in your hands?
There's nothing in my hands.
What's in your
officer.
hands?
Nothing, I
Open your
swear.
hands.
All right.
Oh, what are you, a comedian?
Actually, officer, I'm a magician.
Okay, up against the wall, Houdini.
Yes.
You hiding something?
In a matter of speaking.
You hiding something?
Possibly.
Oh, we got something here? Okay, listen, I'm gonna give you one chance. Show me that bag.
All right, officer, if you insist.
Slowly bring it out. That's not the same bag. What's in there?
All right, here we go. Just a backup.
Oh my God. Oh my God! Oh! Oh my God! Dude, how did you do that? That's amazing!
No, it's magic. Excuse me, officer. Would you like to...
It's a very Jesse video,
Yeah.
I
It
thought.
is.
I like it though. It's funny.
It is.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you could.
Maybe
do some
I was
magic
high with
shit.
it.
That would be if you were like. Am I talking to the mic? If you're really good fucking at magic, that would be cool to fuck with people though.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there should be like a stoner magician.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I thought that was.
I wish like if it was real, it'd be better.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if someone actually did try to fuck with the cops or something like that, doing that shit.
You ever saw the video where there was a guy smoking a bong on the street back when it wasn't like legal in a lot of places, and but he was just smoking tobacco in it, and he would do it like right in front of cops, like on the other side of the street, or like just like
Yeah,
right
some
down the
people do
street.
that, and they would have like
And they
brown
go
paper
over there.
bags
Right.
and do that kind of shit.
and they come after him. Hey man, what is that? And they take it from him. He's like, it's tobacco. And then smell it and shit, just make sure. I was like, why would you do it? He says, because my tolerance for nicotine is so high, I got to get bigger hits out of the bong. And I'm just like, I guess that makes sense.
I
Right.
guess. But
But
yeah, I
that's
used to
one
see
where
those
they actually
videos
do
where
fuck
they'd
with the
fuck with cops, and they would put the brown paper bag over bottles and act like they're drinking and shit like that in public. And I don't know, I like when people fuck with cops. It's funny.
Right.
For sure. All right, this next one is another one I just thought was funny. And yeah, here we go.
Why are you approaching me? Can you not? Sir, can I? What the fuck? What the fuck? Where are you going?
Tag
Why are
your
you approaching me?
Yeah, I watched this a
Can
few
you
times.
not? Sir, can I? What the fuck? What the fuck?
That's funny. Like the title of it.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you won't go over there and fucking touch his foot, dude.
Yeah, like somebody dared him to do that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was cute and funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
You ever seen like raccoons up close and like for like a bit of time?
Yes.
Yeah, the ones like not like
I have a raccoon. story.
wild ass ones, but like I've seen ones.
I
Yeah.
mean, like wow, they're all wild ass. When you
No,
saw
like
like a
ones that, like,
domesticated raccoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a raccoon story.
Yeah, I have a couple buddies that have raccoons.
Like domesticate, like they
No,
live
not
with
like-
somebody.
no.
like
Yeah.
their
Kind
pet.
of.
Yeah, I have a buddy that has 2
Okay.
of them.
Yeah, okay, that's not a wild raccoon.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah,
I've seen
had-
wild raccoons. Like
I've seen them,
up
yeah,
close for a
out and
minute.
shit. But like, yeah, I got a buddy that has 2 raccoons.
Okay.
That's
That's sweet.
pets. They like
Wow.
play with his dog and shit.
So
Play with his
my
dog.
grandma would feed a raccoon like chicken and shit and leftovers. And like one day I was coming out of the house and it like was feeding and I got startled and ran up the tree and stopped halfway up the tree.
Yeah,
And the tree was like a tree, like a long, like skinny tree.
yeah.
But the raccoon was like a koala bear holding
Holding-
onto this tree. That's how big this thing was. It was like
damn.
Yeah, that's what they
this
do.
big, and then it was
From getting fed
he
all
would-
that good food for your
he would
grandma, that
push
motherfucker
over
got big.
full trash cans,
Yeah.
like metal trash cans full of trash by himself.
Yeah, your grandma hooked him
Yeah,
up and got him
raccoons
big
are-
and strong.
Yeah,
Raccoons
dude.
are crazy, man.
Yeah.
My buddy Duffy, shout out to Duffy. His mom and her roommate would fucking take dog food and spread it out right along the tree line or whatever.
Okay.
And we would sit out there and burn shit in the burn pile or whatever. And they would come right up and just sit there and like stand there basically or sit and
yeah.
eat it with their hands and shit. And they're like little weird monkey cat dog or bear things.
Yeah.
Like they're interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They're
they have
almost like
hands.
monkeys.
Because they have
Yeah,
hands and shit. Yeah.
they're like little monkey bears.
Monkey bears.
But yeah,
Okay,
interesting.
I like it.
All right, we're going right through these. I guess I should have tried to find some more, but here we go. Last but not least. Okay, this one I thought was interesting. This is the world's darkest color, Vanta Black, and it can make anything invisible. And this is
Yeah,
them.
this shit is wild. I love this.
Yeah.
Fucking
Spraying
Vanta
shit.
Black shit.
I don't know if there's music or sound or anything. Yeah, fuck that. Look at this shit.
Wow,
Look how dark that is.
that's the locked character in any video game.
Look how crazy that shit is. You can't see that at all.
Yeah, it's illegal to use that on a car.
I bet. I see why, dude. But imagine having a mask like that or like an outfit that color. They wouldn't see you at all in the
No,
dark.
that's what I mean. Like, what if you're like a robber and you like
Yeah.
painted, like
Even
a
on like
thief,
low light. Yeah.
and you just painted like your clothes, like dyed them or like sprayed somehow painted them that color. Like, so you got a mask,
You could be a shadow person.
literally, and just like gloves and just full outfit was all that
Yeah, dude.
that black. You could literally go anywhere,
Yeah,
and like
For sure.
you wouldn't even probably set off
because the camera,
motion.
because it's gonna be pitch
Yeah.
black in that
Yeah.
area, because you're gonna go at that pitch black time,
Yeah,
and the lights
Yeah,
aren't
like
on
ring
unless it's motion.
cameras.
yeah, and you
Because it
wouldn't
see
even,
saves money.
TV.
They only leave certain lights on to make it look
Yeah.
like it's open.
yeah.
Like that's
And if you
that's the
just stayed
same way.
in the dark.
Yeah,
But it'd also be great for like those like Las Vegas shows and shit where people like do everything in black light
Yeah,
and it looks like they're floating and they're making different
You just have
crazy
them out
shit.
there help 'em do shit.
You wouldn't see shit.
Yeah, that color black's cool. I've watched a couple videos on that shit, but
Vanta
yeah,
Black.
it's completely illegal. They made it illegal to paint your car that color. Oh, look at this car. Officer, I was just going with the flow of traffic.
That's funny. There's a little bonus road clip. Wow, everybody's doing it. Hell, this has got to be like a setup performance.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's
as fuck.
funny though.
this was a. some
But
kind of
all right.
banger.
That was Roach Clips. Roach Clips. You gotta do it.
Roach Clips.
There you go, you fucking dickhead. Leave me hanging. Trying to be cool because Jesse's here or
No,
something?
I was just high.
All right, guys. That was episode 61. With Jesse. Thanks
Yeah,
for being
send-
here, buddy.
Yeah.
Send your nudes. Make sure you send them.
Jesse's trying to bring that back. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends,
Pass the blunt.
pass a blunt,
Pass a blunt.
roll a joint, pack a bowl, smoke a vape, whatever you prefer. Rate us on podcast providers if you listen on podcast providers. Yeah. Check out the merch shop. All that good shit.
Swisher, Red Bull, Newport, sponsor us.
Yeah.
Swisher, sponsor this man. At Swisher. Everybody that likes this video, at Swisher.
Till next time.
Later.